are enough, even when you're not doing anything. If your high title job is pulled away from you, that does not mean anything about your self-worth and your being. Like, you are still just as worthy when you don't have the job, when you don't have the home, when you don't have the quote unquote success. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Alignment Academy, and this is my How to Say No series. And today we're going to be talking about how to say no to family so you can live your best life, so you can rewrite your story, so you can drop the parts that no longer serve you. And let's get into it. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking down at my notes. So let's get into it. And the first point I have is a way to say no to your family, and this is on a deeper level, is to change your belief systems. And first, you also have to be aware about what your belief systems are. So let's take a step back. When everyone is born, when a baby is born in a family, it is a great chance that they are programmed and they're inherited a set of belief systems. And this happens on a subconscious level, so it happens really deep. So if a person was born in a family where everyone had to work extremely hard for every cent made, they likely have a belief system that you have to work extremely hard for every cent that you make. Or if a person has a inherited belief of, in order to survive in this world, you have to be perfect, or you have to be a perfect woman or a perfect good girl. They probably have a subconscious set of beliefs that you have to be this good girl, this perfect woman, and just really go so on and so on. And if you think about your belief systems today, unless you've done like very conscious work on this, then you probably have a set of belief systems that come from your family. And this could be a great, beautiful thing, or this could be something that no longer serves you. And what I see with a lot of women today is that they have a set of belief systems that they have to perform, that they have to work very hard, that they have to, be almost to the point of burnout just to be recognized and just to be appreciated and just to feel worthy. And I struggle with this as well. And the beliefs, the subconscious belief system that is under that is that who I am is not enough. So many, you think about it, if a child goes to school, and let's say you're like the golden child in the family, or you're like you're smart or you're successful, but a lot of your praise as a child, or a lot of the applause and like the accolades and things that you did was recognized, and you feel like your identity, and you were mostly appreciated when you were doing good in school and doing all of these things. And then you create a belief system that I have to perform, I have to be perfect to be loved and to be recognized, etc. And then you have this subconscious belief system that you always have to work hard, you always have to be good, you always have to perform. But then under that is I'm not enough. So that's a belief system that you have to work on, and that you have to rewrite your story, that you are enough even when you're not doing anything. If your high title job is pulled away from you, that does not mean anything about your self-worth and your being. Like, you are still just as worthy when you don't have the job, when you don't have the home, when you don't have the quote unquote success. So this is something that is huge in women. So first, being aware about your belief systems, and then seeing like what's under it. When did you pick it up? What age did you pick it up? And is this something that still serves you? Or like, did it ever serve you? But if it's not, then it's time to put that belief system down and root into something that is more true for you. Another belief system that I think is popular in women is being this quote unquote good girl. And you hear it all the time. You hear adults tell little girls, be good, be a good girl, make sure you're a good girl. And I don't think that this serves women when they're grown. I mean, I don't think it really serves you as a child either, because if you're a child, if you're 7 years old and you don't want to hug someone, it's probably a reason why you don't want to hug them, because you don't feel good hugging them. But if you're told to be a good girl and hug them, you're taught at an extremely young age to ignore your intuition and to ignore your boundaries. And now you're an adult and you wonder why you don't have boundaries in the workplace or with your family, because all of these things were ingrained in you as a child. So yes, there's a time and place to maybe be a good girl, or maybe, you know, be a nice girl, maybe when you're around children or around animals. But it's also very, very important to explore all the sides of you, especially all the sides that were suppressed as a child. So if you have a side of you that is not nice, that is mean, and when I say mean, that version is normally just the honest the honest part of you. But if she is honest and it comes across as mean, that version probably has so much wisdom and so many boundaries and so much like goodness that you can benefit from. Or if she's spicy, or if she's this and she's that, and you know, just think about all the different like flavors of being a woman. Making sure that you're intentionally allowing these different parts of you to express, especially if you were raised in a household or have this belief system of like, you have to be nice and you have to be a good girl, because there's so much wisdom in all of the parts. Okay, let's move on to number 2. So for number 2, I have build your inner home. And I think this is really important, to prioritize your inner home and your inner state. And the way this relates to saying no to family is that if you are in a position or in a room, let's say it's a holiday or in a conversation, and you just feel really like frazzled, you don't feel good inside, you feel really constricted, like just you literally have to come out of your head and like drop down into your body and see how you feel. And if you don't feel good and if you don't feel crazy, leaving is a form of saying no. So leaving that conversation, leaving the room, leaving the house if you need to, go take a walk, or I don't know, go drive to a coffee shop, like really, really, really prioritizing your inner state. But in order to do this, you also have to, again, be aware of your inner state. A lot of women, especially if you're a very successful, ambitious woman, a lot of your energy could potentially be in your head, because at work, your energy needs to be in your head to like do a good job at work. And if you're not coming home and like grounding into your body, it can just be up here all the time. So really making sure that you're carving out time intentionally to go into your body, or you have some type of like body practices or movement practices, is extremely, extremely, extremely important, so that you can see how you feel. And then after you see how you feel, focus on building your inner home and protecting your inner home, making sure you're a safe space for yourself, first and foremost, always. And now let's move on to number 3. And okay, so for number 3, I put let your family judge you and follow your heart anyways. And yes, I got inspiration from Mel Robbins with this point, but I think it's so freeing to know that people are going to judge you regardless. So if you're on social media, people are going to judge you. If you walk into the club, people are going to judge you. If you walk into the mall, people are going to judge you. If you're tall, people will judge you. If you're short, people will judge you. Like literally every part of the spectrum, they're going to judge you. And I think sometimes I see this with women. We'll be great. We'll be living our best lives. And then the holidays come. And then you're around your family, and your family starts judging you. Why are you not this? Oh, look like you got a little skinnier. Oh, look like you got a little bigger. Oh, did you get your ears pierced? Like it could be the silliest things. and then you like shrink into this like 8-year-old version of yourself that was getting judged, and you kind of don't know what to do, and you're feeling weird and you don't really know why you're feeling weird. But a good remedy for this, and it's a form of saying no to them, but it's really a form of saying yes to yourself more than anything. It's just letting them judge. Just, okay, so they judge you, and what? Like, people are going to judge you regardless. So just let them judge you and say that word, let them judge. And then, okay, but now what do I want to do? Okay, I want to listen to my favorite song. Okay, I just want to like ignore them or roll my eyes. And a lot of times when people judge, I mean, there's levels to it. Some people judge and they're very malicious and like have bad intentions. And then sometimes the most loving people can judge. In my family, oh my gosh, one of the most loving people that I could think of, it was just, and I think this is like a cultural thing in like back in the day. It probably also a lot to do with survival, like a lot to do with survival where they were from. If you gained a couple pounds, it was called out. And if you lost a couple pounds, it was called out. And that's just what it was. Like, because if you were losing weight, it was seen as, oh my gosh, like we're already losing weight. But if you think about it in context, back in the day, like that could be like a survival strategy. Like, oh my gosh, like are they getting sick? Like, is something not right with them? Like, you know, like very like high, like, you know, times were just different. And I'm very like aware of that, you know, like life, you know, in this country too, definitely not a perfect history. So it's just some like it can even come from a loving place, and it can still be a form of judgment. So just like almost accept them for who they are, and just know that that comes with the package of who they are, and it's okay. And you don't have to like hold on to it. You can like let it roll off of you and just still live your best life. And I guess this is kind of like a form of being unbothered, but you're like, sure, okay, like let them say what they're gonna say, and then let it roll off of you, and like let you go to the mall and like shop, or like live your best life, or go get a matcha. But yeah, I think it's a form of acceptance, and also accepting yourself, because when you accept yourself, you don't really need their acceptance. When you have a certain level of acceptance of self, you do not need their acceptance. So I hope this was helpful for someone. And if you're interested in going deeper, I do offer one-on-one coaching. So definitely email me. I will leave the information below. And also, yeah, check out my website for all of my resources. For my ebook, it's all about releasing the inner and outer weight so you can build unshakable self-worth and also feel at peace and at home in your bodies. I think this is so important for women. This is so important today. We live in a society where, you know, sometimes like successful women, and we're just in our heads a lot. We're not in our bodies, and we're also living up to everyone else's expectations and not really checking in with ourselves and like seeing like, what do we want to do? What type of life do we want to live? And women, we're so powerful, and we have the power to create our dream life, exactly the life that we want to live. So I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.